Hi everyone. A couple things we want to go over real quick, things that are a little different than I told you before. Just a couple quick changes. There's been a couple really good questions. Thank you guys for asking. Um, so this is just on top of, if you've already gone through all the other videos, this is a couple of corrections or things that I might have missed, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And so now that you're seeing my screen, oh wait, you haven't seen it yet. Now that you've seen my screen, I believe. Hold on. I'm going to share this screen. Yeah. No, this will work. Okay. So you see that I go to my account, and when we were talking about the settings before, there's a couple of them that you need to change. So you're going to scroll down, and you're going to look for these two settings right here, private chat and auto saving chats. You're going to want to take private chat off. I misread this before. I thought it meant that they could private chat you. You want to turn this off because this prevents them from talking to each other, and now they can't chat with one another anymore. We don't want that happening. And then we also want to turn on this auto-saving chat, and this will allow you to download or have a copy of everything that was typed in your chat. So when you turn these on, they should automatically be saved. I think, yeah, they should automatically be saved, so you're good to go. So then you can go back to scheduling meetings. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And now, if I was to type some stuff into this chat, hello everyone, thank you for coming. Oh, typo. Sorry for the typo. And there's a bunch of stuff, let's say it's in there. Now, when I go to save this, shoot. Well, let me just show you, okay? When I go to save this, let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay, and I go to that file folder that I told you guys about. Underneath your documents, and then your Zoom folder, and then you have all these transcripts here of your different videos, and it'll tell you the day and the time that you saved it, okay? If you click on that, the chat will be saved. There's this chat document here, and if you don't have Microsoft Word, it'll just be a text document, and you double click on it, and look, it's already saved the videos that I have, the chat from this video that I'm recording right now. So that will be for you to look back. Maybe you have your exit ticket and you aren't able to grade them fast enough, and you don't want to grade them at the moment, and you want to grade it after class is done. You'll go back to the chat. You'll go down to this file where you're going to find your video to be able to upload to YouTube. Click on the save chat, and it'll have the chat from the entire thing, from who and what they said, so you can figure out what it is that they said. Okay, that was the one thing. Let's see, what else do we need to talk about? All right, now let's go over Google Forms again really quick. So I'm going to pull that up here. All right, so I'm in my Google Forms, and the question that I got was, one, how do I share it with the students? Well, that's a good one. I should have said that before. That was an oops. And then how does the randomizing work? So let's talk about sharing first. There's a little button right up here called send. You click on that, and if you want to send it directly to a student because they were having trouble finding it, you can just email to them a link to it, or you click on this little button right here, and that tells you, it gives you the link. So you would copy that, and then when you go to your parents portal, which is, I don't have it open right now, but when you would post it using that link under parents portal. When you go in there to upload different assignments and show the link for YouTube, same thing here. You would copy this link and you would post this as like assignment 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it might be. Okay. You can also use this link. This is for if you want to embed it into something. But this is the one you want to give them right here. Actually, don't even bother with this one. Okay. Use this one right here. So that's how you'll share it with them. They just need that link. Anybody who clicks on that link gets to see your assignment. Now here's an example of absence assignment, and I'm going to have everybody make one of these this week. But the question was, if I turn on the function up here and I go to for quizzes and I make it a quiz, and I want to presentation doesn't even have to be a quiz. When I'm presenting this, if I want them to shuffle the question order, the question was, if I have name as, like, what is your name, is question number 1, and I shuffle the order, then is it going to be like name question 10? And that's a good question, because you don't want some questions out of order. So the question was, if you make each section and you do shuffle question order, will it shuffle all the questions in each section, or will it shuffle them throughout the entire test? And I'm pretty sure it keeps them in with the same section, so I'll show you that right now. So what you'll want to do is you want to know what is your name, what is the date, and like those basic questions for page 1, so that those all get answered before they go to page 2, which is when they actually start answering the content questions. So I'm going to go ahead and click Shuffle Question Order. And now we'll go to Preview here. And as you can see, these questions are the same order. Well, it's requiring me to answer them. Hold on a second. I'm actually going to do this a different way. I'm going to use that link that I just copied. I'm going to paste it here as like a student would do. And they're going to go to it. So as you can see, name is still on page 1, and the class of the day that you missed is still on page 1. Even though it's shuffled, these 2 questions still stayed in section number 1. I would have to answer them to go to page 2. But this question is just by itself, so it wasn't shuffled. So hi, and this question is just by itself, so it wasn't shuffled. But you can see if you go back that these 2 questions were shuffled, but they were not, like, this question, what is your name, wasn't thrown into section 3. The sections and the questions will still stay the same. It's just that the questions inside of each section will be shuffled around. So just make sure, if you're saying, hey, if what was the answer to the question right before this, if you have questions that go together, make sure you do not have this feature right here turn on, this shuffle question order. Make sure that's not on, otherwise it won't make sense. If you're asking them to refer to the answer from a different question, make sure that's not on. And to be honest, if you shuffle them, it'll make it a little harder for them to cheat. But if they're determined to cheat, that's not really going to hurt them too much, or make it that hard. And I think that answers all the questions that I've got so far. How to share? Yep. Okay. Cool. Great, guys. Good luck, and I'll see you all tomorrow if you still have questions.